Hello, this is Chetan Narula reporting for Cricket World, and we'll be discussing the second semi-final between India and West Indies that will be played at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai on Thursday. Both teams taking a bit of a different route to the semi-finals. India, of course, losing their first game to New Zealand and then qualifying after beating Pakistan, beating Australia and obviously beating Bangladesh in between. West Indies doing better. They won their first three matches, qualified for the semi-finals and then had a bit of a minor hiccup losing to Afghanistan in their last game at Nagpur. They won't really mind too much knowing them, and therefore qualified as the first placed team in Group 1. India qualifying as the second placed team in Group 2 from the Super 10 stages. Now let's talk about the match a bit. India obviously have their strength in Virat Kohli, who scored 184 runs, the top ranked batsman in the World T20 international rankings at the moment, and he's been in superlative form. What a knock that was against Australia in Mohali, bringing back India from the brink of elimination in this particular tournament, single-handedly keeping, if you follow his scores against New Zealand at Nagpur, batting on that spinning track, a match-winning 50 at Kolkata against Pakistan, then again a match-winning knock against Australia and Mohali. He single-handedly kept India in this particular tournament. And there's more to prove that, because Rohit Sharma has scored 45 runs in 4 matches, Shikhar Dhawan has scored 43 runs in 4 matches, and Suresh Raina has scored 41 runs in 4 matches. So in all, these 3 batsmen have not even contributed as many runs as Virat Kohli has single-handedly in these 4 matches so far. So it is a bit of a worry for India in the sense that its top order is not at all firing, and then you have Yuvraj Singh and MS Dhoni, who have had to play support roles to Virat Kohli and get India across the finish line, which is one of the main reasons why India have struggled to qualify for the semi-finals so far, considering that they were the informed team, they were the favourites leading into this particular tournament. That is the single most factor that needs to improve going into the semi-final for India. They really need to overcome this dependency on Virat Kohli, and their top order really needs to fire. The one pleasant news for them might be that Yuvraj Singh is injured or could not recover from his ankle injury, and then they might have to draft in Ajinkya Rahane. They will lose the option of an extra bowler at that particular exchange, but they will also gain a full-time batsman who can bat in different conditions. Ajinkya Rahane, obviously, his home ground is the Wankhede Stadium, so that will be a pleasant exchange. They won't mind too much, although he's not had a lot of game time. The other worry, obviously, for India is that there are 2 of their 3 bowlers in the first 6 overs, that is the power plays, R. Ashwin and Jasprit Bumrah, have been a bit expensive while recovering in the death overs, especially Jasprit Bumrah with his Yorkers. R. Ashwin, the propensity to use out his overs in the first 10, perhaps the reason why he's been a bit on the costlier side. But Ashish Nehra, what a revelation he's been for the Indian team, using all his experience, using all his guile, and bowling those economical overs at the start and in the death. The strength, obviously, for India is that they have been able to rely on the likes of Ravindra Jadeja and Suresh Raina and Hardik Pandya. Hardik Pandya, obviously, with 5 wickets, the top wicket taker for India in this tournament so far. Again, a bit of a worry that their full-time bowlers haven't really taken too many wickets and not been a touch too economical as well. But it all can be rectified, and they need to rectify this because they are against a powerhouse of batting lineup, that is the West Indies. Talking about the powerhouse that they are, obviously the Chris Gayle factor is ever present. If he gets going, well, no bowler can hide anywhere on the park. But the fact of the matter is that Marlon Samuels and Andre Fletcher have contributed more runs together than the Indian top order put together, barring Virat Kohli. So that is a bit of an advantage for West Indies, that they are not only reliant on Chris Gayle at the moment and have some other batsmen who've scored some runs, have that bit of confidence going. Obviously, they have played at the Wankhede Stadium, so they know a bit more conditions as well. And a lot of these players have been playing in the IPL. Obviously, it's a home ground for India, so, well, they know the conditions better than anybody. But having said that, again, the bowling, there's still a bit more advantage for West Indies, given that Andre Russell, Suleiman Ben, Samuel Badri, Dwayne Bravo, they've been among wickets, as well as have been bowling economically, given that they beat 3 strong teams in Sri Lanka and England and South Africa to get to the semi-finals. So they've been among wickets, they've been economical, and are looking a better all-round bowling attack at this moment in terms of form, if you neglect the defeat to Afghanistan in their last game. So talking about the final equation, obviously will of course also be the ground, because Wankhede is a stadium where chasing is a bit easy. The small ground, knowing a target, and a hint of evening dew can undo the best of plans. We've seen West Indies chase down 183 in their first game against England with a lot of ease, and then we saw the same thing what England did to South Africa, chasing down 230 in 20 overs. Never an easy target, but they did that with 2 deliveries to spare, in fact. And then Afghanistan scored 180 runs, and they were chasing 210 against South Africa. So that tells you that there's a bit of an impact you can make if you are chasing a score at the Wankhede Stadium. So the toss might be a bit crucial. India, of course, their strength is chasing. They want Virat Kohli to chase and scale down another mountain for them en route to the final. But this time, they might want the top order to contribute as well. It's going to be a ripper. It's going to be a classic. It's going to be India-West Indies in the second semi-final for this World T20 2016.